Hey everyone, want to stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, let the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications when we go live, tap the bell. If you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you're here and just joining us, say what up, say good morning. S&Ps are up 42, Dow's up 409, Nasdaq up 96. Oil is down another, was it down? 7%. 7%. What's going on, Brett? Mike and Jeff Firetracks, how we doing? Good morning, Colin. Bulls are definitely showing up. Bulls are showing up. You know, I'm overall sort of bearish, but my day trades have been pulling through on the bullish side. Not gonna lie, you know. It is what it is. Yeah, cat. I got wrecked on. I'm getting wrecked on UPS. Caterpillar's not as bad. So UPS. I went full bull. I wasn't even neutral. I should have just stayed. I usually just should have done my normal play, stayed neutral, just kind of chilled. It's still within the expected move. Yet I wanted to push myself, and I sold the 105 calls and the 103. I bought the 103, so I have a credit spread. Sorry. UPS. What's going on, Daniel? UPS it's dropped 2.5%. The first quarter profit fell below expectations, although revenue beat and said it's unable to provide financial guidance. Net income fell $965 million. So revenues rose 5.1%. So I'm just kind of skimming this, giving the important info here. UPS said it experienced significant headwinds from the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on its customers, coupled with higher self-insurance accruals. While UPS didn't provide full year financial guidance, it said it expects 2010 capital expenditures to be $1 billion less. I don't think this is right. It should be 2020. What is this? To be $1 billion less than the previous estimate, in that it is suspending stock repurchases for the year. The stock has lost 11.1% over the last 3 months. Yada yada yada. Yeah. Anyone proofread this stuff? You know. YOLO. What's going on? STC new patent for 18 years. What is this thing worth? I don't know, man. You know, STC is one of those companies that, I mean, I do think that what they're doing is innovative. However, it is pretty expensive, so I don't know. Insurance doesn't cover it, so you know, if people are willing to shell out the money for it, sure. I'm regretting the Diz put. Disney, I mean, everything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you played. If you were short anything last night except for UPS, you probably did fine. You probably did. You're not fine. If you shorted UPS, you're fine. Anything else? Sorry, I'm just trying to wake up here. If you guys could do me the favor, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. So UPS is going to be in the hole, but we'll see if this kind of bounce back up here a little bit. Caterpillar this morning. Caterpillar is neutral right now. Caterpillar got right up here. Caterpillar says first quarter sales declined 21%. You know, it looks like a lot of what is happening, or what people believe, they're believing it to be priced in. And that's what I was saying yesterday for this week. You know, we have a crazy earnings week. You have to understand what's priced in and what's not priced in. And I feel like after we've been having some of these earnings, a lot of it has been priced in, because the earnings that I've been neutral on, I've been making really consistent money. Now, I went full bull on a UPS, and look what happened to me. Got wrecked. Yo, what's going on, Matthew? NVIDIA is ripping. SMH is ripping. Everything's ripping. Caterpillar reported revenues of $10.6 billion in the first quarter, decrease of 21%. Caterpillar reported adjusted earnings of $1.60 in the first quarter, compared with $3.25 profit per share in the same quarter a year ago. The company is not providing financial outlook, which everyone is doing right now. I mean, everything is messed up. Everything's messed up. Southwest post first loss since 2011. Revenues down as much as 95% in May. So they're projecting next month the revenues are going to be down 95%. I mean, like, I don't even, I don't even know what's the price doing, and they're moving up. I mean, they're going to be bailed out most likely. But I mean, just insane. Like, if I told you my business was going to be down 95% next month and I'm not sure when things are going to turn around, would you invest in me? You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why it's hard right now, because I think that's why it's very difficult right now, because you have to set aside. I guess it doesn't really matter if you're bankrupt and whatever. You need to set aside. You need to set aside that mentality, but it's extremely hard when you're telling me. That's why I didn't trade. That's why I didn't trade Southwest Airlines, because I wasn't sure. I know it was going to be bad, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But you tell me revenue is going to be 95% down next month. I mean, I just not that I want to see people fail, not that I want to see companies fail. I just look at this. And the stock moves up. I mean, 95%. I would understand, maybe 25%. Maybe the stock move up 20%. Maybe 95%. They're saying revenue is going to be 95%. What do you think their profits are going to be if revenue is down 95%? The profits are going to be negative. They're not going to be profits. What's going on, Moon? If you're just joining, say what up. Dan, Sahil, Ivan, Moon, Mary, Ariana, Jonathan. So I mean, just insane. It's crazy. We just had the home prices report come out. Home prices were gaining serious strength before coronavirus shutdown. They were up 4.2% annually. So home prices before coronavirus, we were doing all right. Who knows what we're going to be doing now? Hard to say. But yeah, let me get to some of these stocks that you guys are throwing out here. Pretty much we're just gonna be chilling and open, seeing what's gonna happen. Basic. Adele, Carlos, Billy, Reggie, Martin. All right, so let me see here. I'm gonna get to some of these. So we're talking about 3M. We're talking about Nvidia. Let's look at Nvidia here. Nvidia. It's popping up, but we'll see. We're gonna have to see what happens. Coming up on resistance here. It's at 302 right now. Hit 304 pre-market. Coming up on resistance, but definitely wants to break out here. Just be careful of this. Sort of just similar, same exact chart as AMD right now. Be careful in this area right in here where there is resistance and it can't get above right now. But AMD has earnings after market close today, so be mindful what's gonna happen. After market close today, we got Google, AMD, Starbucks, Ford. Those are the important ones. Okay. Short Six Flags. I mean, I think I don't know. Six Flags probably going out of business, bro. Six Flags was struggling way before. They were in big trouble. And I think you need to be really careful about this. I mean, every single chart looks like this. Huge momentum down, and then now I don't know. You know, I think you need to be really careful about Six Flags because, as you can see, we don't know what's priced in, what's not priced in. You know, Southwest revenue is going to be down 95%. What do you think? Six Flags has zero revenue. Six Flags has zero revenue right now because all their parks are closed. I mean, it'll probably go up. it'll 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 probably go up. You know. I'm not bitter, man. I'm not. Um, by Activision Blizzard for Zombies and play Black Ops 3. Do you know? How do you know if something is priced in? So usually things are priced in if it makes a big move before earnings. And right now, you could say like maybe Six Flags is priced in because it made a large move and it's kind of settling in down here. Now, you don't know. Maybe Six Flags is going to say, hey, we're actually going to announce bankruptcy next month and that's it. And this is going to go down to $1. Could happen. Or they could say, hey, you know, our cost cutting measures have actually been working out and we're actually going to be fine. This pops up to 35. Or it was just as bad as we thought and it stays the same. So that's the earnings gamble right now. What's priced in, what's not priced in. I mean, things like theme parks are not going to be doing well. You know, similar to like Disney. Disney not doing well. What are they up this morning? Oh, 108. Okay, Disney's trying to break out a little bit, so we'll see what happens here if we can get it bounced back a little bit, but you know, I would be careful about shorting Disney as well. I mean, I'm probably going to be looking for a short. Let's see what happens here. You know, around 108, 110, it's been hitting resistance and popping back down over the last month or so. It's been hitting 108, 109 area, popping back down. If this really breaks out, you want to get out of its way. You know, you just want to get out of its way. So you need to be careful. Anything you're short right now, you want to be careful because of the talks of reopening the economy is going to have a bigger impact, a greater effect than anything that the stock is going to be saying that they're going to be doing, because the people are going to believe the hype in the future outlook, even though you and I know that we're most likely never going back to normal, you know, in the foreseeable future. Like, you think they're going to let that many people, like, let's say Disney World opens. You think that many people are going to be allowed in the park at one time? I mean, Disney is known for what? Lines, being packed, you know, tons of people, all the things that are not good for the coronavirus. So, you know, I don't know what Disney's going to do. I'm sure they're planning right now, trying to figure out a safe way to do this, but I don't know. The way that Disney's built, it's built for you to wait in long lines in crowded areas with no ventilation. What are they going to do? They're going to have to figure something out. I mean, I'm sure Disney will figure something out, but it's not going to be, it's going to be a while, you know? So, you know, the market in general is moving up. It's going to bring everything up. I mean, there's overall hype in the market, or that, you know, economies are open up, and you know, we're gonna see what happens in Texas. We're gonna see what happens in these different areas. You know, in Illinois, we're shut down till June 1st minimum. I don't know. There's a lot of businesses that are not. There's a lot of businesses in Chicago that they're just saying, you know what, screw it. I'm not gonna really even reopen after this. Screw that. You know, like, you know, Snap. Let's see what's going on with Snap. Snap's just ripping, huh? It's back up to 17. Nice. Yeah, had a couple days of pullback, rip back up. Probably should cut my calls. Yo, Tommy, what's going on? If you're just joining, say what up. If you do me the favor, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. So, you know, you have to understand that your bias doesn't matter. The market doesn't care about your bias. And I think I might actually do a podcast on this. I'm actually a little bit behind my podcast. So if you guys don't know, we have a Us vs. Herd podcast. It's available on all platforms. And I think that this would make a good podcast in terms of, how do you trade a market that is not rational? And the thing is, the market has never been rational, right? The market was never rational when we were up at all-time highs. The market didn't care about companies' profits and stuff like that, Before, why would they care? Why would they care now when we're at all-time highs? Now we're coming back up. If we're looking at SPY right now, SPY's moving 291, 292 area, 290. So now that it broke here, we can definitely probably expect a run up unless something happens to like the 300, 310 area. I would definitely be targeting this area right here. Now, there's probably got to be a couple days of pullback, but I mean, I don't know. It's already ripped. From the last 2 days, it's gone from 278, 3 days now, 278 to 291 in 3 days. So I guess my allergies are bothering me. I agree with you, Ariana. But by Friday, Colin's a good trader, but he's not a fortune teller, From what I'm saying, yeah, UPS. I mean, I'm gonna be losing a bag. What is it doing now? Yes, sitting at 98. So good thing it's early in the week. Maybe we can recoup some losses. Maybe they'll come back up to like the 102, 103 area, and we can recoup some. We can recoup some losses here. Zoom, I'm going to be looking for probably a day trade. So similar to yesterday, I'm looking for day trades in DocuSign and Zoom. They've just been really easy for me to trade on the call side and a stock that I can actually believe in on the call side. So when you're like, hey, what should I buy? What should I short? What should I buy calls on? Like, do what's ever easier for you mentally. Like, do you feel good about going long SPY? For me, I don't. So that's why when it's going up, I'm not trading it, But Zoom and DocuSign I can get behind, Zoom I can get behind. So that's why I've been trading. Netflix I can get behind, So that's why I've been trading the call side for day trades. Netflix, I might actually look for a day trade in Netflix as well, Popping up could definitely pop back up to the 425, 428 area. Coming down, it likes this 415, 420 area. It's been popping up, so I'm gonna be checking Netflix as well. So, that's kind of been my, like, I've been shorting overnight. However, day trades I've been going long, and that's what's been working for me. I honestly can't hold a lot of things long overnight. I mean, I did hold Netflix and stuff the other day. Stocks like that I can hold overnight, but in general, the overall market, I can't. I mean, we have oil. Actually, oil popped up. Oil's positive now. What's USO doing? So, guys, remember, USO, if you're in, a reminder, if you're in USO, it has a 1-to-8 reverse stock split today. If you're holding options through the reverse stock split, you're going to be given non-standard options, which is going to be trading under USO 1. Now, for me, I'm currently in a USO position. I'm down a couple bucks I'm down 7. So I have actually some puts that I'm up on in June, and I also have calls in January 2021. Since I'm basically break even on that trade, what I'm going to do is I'm going to exit the position entirely, wait for the reverse split, and see if I want to re-enter. And that's my plan for USO. I know people have been asking me like, hey, what do we do about USO? Hey, if you're like break even, you don't really care, because the problem is when you go to a non-standard option, liquidity is going to be an issue. So I don't want to have that be an issue. And since I'm currently only down $7, I'm actually, since it's down a couple pennies, I'll probably be up or basically break even on this position. Why would I hold it through that? I'm better off just taking the position off and then reloading. Martin, Starbucks. Yeah, Starbucks got earnings. I've been trying to understand how to price in the stocks like Starbucks, like Domino's. So Domino's and Chipotle. So I mean, if you guys remember, like Chipotle, it's back up at all-time highs. Domino's, it went up, got rejected. You know, we played earnings on there, we made money on Domino's. Now Starbucks, I mean, they're going to suffer, but they probably, they're probably doing okay. Drive-thrus are still open. They're probably gonna be doing okay, But I feel like the bad news might outset. So I might actually sell some premium in Starbucks. Let's see, Starbucks is. See, that's the problem. Implied volatility is really low, really, really, really low. It's only 79% compared to like AMD. AMD's 100, even for AMD going into earnings, 104% IV is relatively low. I'd expect 150%, 135% for next week. Google, what do you? And that's why I think that's why it's also hard. I mean, Google, 65% for selling premium, not great. So that's why selling premium is a little bit. And the weird thing is, that's really low. And we also have, if we're looking at VIX, VIX is still relatively high. I mean, it's been decreasing, but we're still really high up here. We're above 30. That's still high. We should be seeing way richer premiums. So. Starbucks, I feel like it's not going to move a whole lot. I mean, maybe it looks like it wants to break out. It really does, but I feel like it's not going to move a whole lot. Or maybe it's disappointing. I mean, it's really in the middle here. I think it may come down to like 70 or top is like 82, 85 area. But that being said, it's only expected moves of $5. So I try not to buy premium. For earnings. I mean, you might want to, actually what might work out for you is if you did like a bullish or bearish strangle for next week expiration. So let's say you're bullish on it, you buy something like at the money and then buy like a cheap little crappy, like something under $1, like 50 cents, 70 cents down here, like in 70, like the 70 strike, like buy at the money call and then buy a put like out of here, like far out, so like 70 outside of the expected move, Yeah, Hank, I agree with you, and I was actually thinking about this last night about social distancing and the whole virus situation, and what I was thinking is that similar to the flu, there's not going to be a cure. There's no cure for the common cold. There's no cure for the flu. You get it. What they do have every year is the flu shot, which will help prevent you from getting the flu. Or if you do get it, you'll have some mild symptoms, right? And I think that's the way people are thinking that we're going to have a cure, like it's like Ebola or something. It's not. It's not. It's a flu. It's a coronavirus. So it's a type of coronavirus. So, I think that they need to develop something sort of similar to the flu shot, and then we just have to kind of live. We can't be shut down doing nothing. But at the same time, I do understand, the risks involved, and that I think we are saving lives by not spreading it by being outside. So I do agree with that. I mean, I'm taking part. I'm doing my part in social distancing. I'm doing everything that I can for my family. I don't see anybody. I'm not out and about. There's some people are like, oh yeah, this thing's a hoax, blah blah blah. I'm gonna be going out. I'm doing whatever. When things open up, I'm gonna go party. I'm gonna do all this stuff. I'm not doing any of that. I'm not doing any of that. But it's not, in my opinion, it's not going to go away. It's never going to go away. It's not going to go. It's just not going away. So what we need to do is figure out how to live with it. How are we going to live with it? And that's going to change everything from, resorts, hotels, even Marriott said they're doing like ultraviolet scanning. You do mobile check-in, key cards are at the door. I mean, it's going nuts, everything's going to change. Airlines are going to require you to wear a face mask. I mean, it's going to be crazy. So ATVI, I am obviously bullish on. You know, there's no reason not to be bullish gaming. They're just not. Gaming sales are going to be up. I mean, that's what people are doing right now. And if you are in the gaming, if you're into gaming like I am, I mean, I like to play games, and when I'm not playing games, I like to watch streamers play games because it's just fun for me. It's, it's competitive, and that's what people are doing, and it's the safest thing that you could do right now. That's competitive. Like, you can't go play basketball or football with your friends, but you can hop on, your PC or Xbox or PlayStation and, compete with them in a video game, and. So yeah, I am bullish. I probably would want to do some, man, 39% for this week IV. Like, what is this wrong? Like, is this broken? I mean, like, this is crazy to me that implied volatility IV week on the weeklies is so low. It's just insanity. What's going on, Wani? Chris? Adele, you think AMD's pricing? I think I want to agree with you. But I mean, AMD could really, really, really surprise is the thing. Like, unlike Intel, like Intel's like kind of like this dinosaur. It's like, we made, I broke even on that Intel Iron Condor because it kind of went against me, and then it was a break even at open, so I closed it, and then. But AMD could really surprise you. Data centers have been picking up its chips. I mean, that thing could really explode. So, I don't know. I don't know about AMD. I wouldn't want to bet against it. I wouldn't want to bet against AMD. They might miss, but I think the earnings trades that I'm going to be focusing on are Google. I might buy a Ford put just for fun, even though it could be priced in here. I mean, no one's buying cars, but I mean, this is a disaster already. I might buy like a Ford put on like May 17th or something cheap in here, just for fun on Ford. Maybe buy the June puts. June. At some point it can't go any lower, because even if they were to file bankruptcy, they're going to have like assets and stuff that are going to be worth something. So yeah, Nat is moving. I should have got into that yesterday. I didn't, because I thought like, oh well, it might come back down to 6, and it didn't. I don't know if it's safe to put anything on. Yeah, I agree with you, Adele. Yeah, so if you're gonna buy a put right now or go short on something, just know before you put that trade on, there's a good chance of that trade going to zero. Okay. Well, Queen, yes, I have. But yeah, I mean, I would be bullish. Earnings this week, we're going to be, pretty stocked up. After hours, we're going to have Google, Alphabet, AMD, Starbucks. So those are the big ones. Then tomorrow morning, we got Boeing, MasterCard, and then tomorrow after market close is going to be huge. Qualcomm, Facebook, Tesla, Microsoft. I mean, insane. It's going to be crazy. So this week is not, if you're like, oh yeah, I want to go all in, I want to do all this week is not the week to do that. There's so much uncertainty. And then also we have we're going to have the Fed coming out tomorrow, most likely not cutting rates, but they are going to be giving some guidance on what's going to be happening. So just be mindful of the Fed coming in hot tomorrow, and the market may actually stall out before the Fed. Be like, hey, we gotta chill before the Fed. So just be mindful. Tomorrow is a big day. So not only are we gonna have earnings, but we're gonna hear from the Fed. We're gonna have GDP. We're gonna have pending home sales. I mean, it's gonna be a big day. So that's why I'm not closing my short positions yet. I'm not getting squeezed out. All right, market just opened up here. Let's see what we got. And that's up 12% already. Let's look at UPS. So UPS, I don't think the options opened up for that yet. I should be down more than $12 on that. Okay, USO, I'm currently down $3 on the overall position. Probably going to have to take that off today. So we'll see. Actually, I'm going to take it off today. So we'll see if we can get USO a little bit lower, closer down to 2, like it hit after hours yesterday. But we'll keep an eye on USO. Zoom's a little bit red right now. DocuSign's up a buck 25. We got VXX. VXX coming down a little bit too. So this could definitely break down. It's at its lows here. So we'll see what happens. Last time it came down here, VXX on April 14th popped up above 40 and went all the way up to like 48. So just be careful around here. I mean, we could definitely have a breakdown of the VIX. Could definitely have a breakdown of the VIX. Okay, so what else we got? What else we got going on here? So, man, Home Depot is ripping. Home Depot's up to 224 right now. Crazy. Alibaba's tanking. It's down. Wow. Yeah, it's getting smashed. What's Amazon? Amazon right now. Amazon's down 21 as well, getting hammered. Twitter's got earnings this week, getting hammered. Google's dropping as well. Huh, interesting open here. Roku's down pretty big too. Look at that. This is definitely an interesting open. Like we haven't been getting this much movement at an open for a little while here. Tesla. Yeah, Tesla's flat right now. Apple's up at $1.80. Microsoft coming down a little bit too. So let's see what happens. Look like they're selling this gap up a little bit. See Starbucks. Starbucks is flat. The banks are up quite a bit. 3%, 4% on Bank of America, 3% on Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. Target's bouncing back up quite a bit after its report, 98 all the way up to 110. So is buy the dip back? Watch, they squeeze everybody out short, and then you keep buying the dip and it doesn't work. That's not funny. I'm just, Man, Netflix is getting hammered. Let's see what happens at 4:15 here. I'm looking for some day trading opportunities here. Netflix, Zoom, DocuSign 110. I had a call last week on that. I had the 97.50, but it was just a day trade. I mean, I did well on it, but I guess I should have held it. I get nervous about holding calls overnight because when we gap down, it's like you get a clenched cheeks. It hurts. Boeing's up 6%. See here, Boeing. Yeah, Boeing's got earnings tomorrow, so are they going to take the government money or are they not? I mean, this has been downtrending. I mean, this one looks like the least healthy of consolidations here because it made a high here, and a high here, and still downtrending. Yeah, I think Boeing, man, they're only expected to move $14 this week. Plus or minus $14, and it's already moved $6. I mean, I don't know what they're doing, why they're underpricing the options so much. I definitely think it's going to be more. Like, out of last 10 stocks I checked, they've been underpricing the options, I feel, What do you guys think? All right, I think I gotta get it out of UPS. I'm not going max loss on that bad boy. See if we can get out of it. Liquidity's not great on UPS, I see. does not want me out of it. They know something we don't. Yeah, Walter. I'm. A lot of people know a lot of things that we don't. You know, we try. We really do try our best, but man, UPS is axed hard. So I would say it's kind of an interesting open here. It's just chilling, you know. But some things are getting sliced. Alibaba's back up. It's back green, but it lost. It's lost its gap up. Amazon's coming back up a little bit. Amazon is wild right now. Google's a little bit wild too. VIX trying to creep back up. VIX trying to pop up. So we'll see what happens. Nat, I mean, I guess there's no reason not to be bullish on it, and unless our oil problems are solved, there's no reason not to. You know, I mean, I do think that probably at like 10 or something, it's going to be way overdone. But you know, buy the pullback. You know, yesterday we actually had a good pullback. You know, pulled back down to under 7, popped back up. Now it's at 9, basically. You know, so there will be pullback. I wouldn't chase this morning spike. You know, that's for sure. You know, a lot of Robinhood traders trying to buy that right now. So you want to chill on that. You know. mRNA, they're moving as well. I guess they had some. What was the news last night? What was the news on mRNA? They're entering phase 2 for their coronavirus vaccine. Is what's happening. So, however, this is pulling back a little bit, but still looks pretty bullish. So they're entering phase 2 for their coronavirus vaccine. So phase 1 is done, but let's see what happened. Let's see, Disney's still popping off here. Wow, almost 110. Hate to say it, there's probably going to be some good short setups here soon. You know. Ariana's long Alibaba at 202. Yeah, I don't buy the first 15 minutes. I kind of wait for the dust to settle and see what happens. You know, I pretty much just close positions right now. If I wanted to close a position, but GILD is coming down too, a little bit. GILD. Toll Brothers, Oliver. Yeah, I can't believe home builders like Toll Brothers would be bouncing up like this, you know? I don't really know. I don't really know what the expectation is for new home builders, you know, like I feel like with unemployment so high and so many people for having a forbearance on their mortgage, you know, last week it was 6.4% of FHA VAs. I mean, I would probably short this pop here. Popped up 6%, hit 26. Let's see what liquidity is like on the monthlies. Not great, but yeah, pretty terrible. What about this week's? Yeah, there's like no liquidity on these. Yeah, you got bid and ask. Bid's 35. Ask is $1.10. I wouldn't trade the options on here. If you wanted to trade it, I would buy or short the stock. You know. because it's too hard to get out of this. Yeah, I agree. I think that you would short any pop in any construction, Cat, Toll Brothers, and I think what a lot of people don't understand, like the impacts of the economy or what's happening right now, it's going to have a delayed effect, kind of like when the financial crisis. It took a long time for the financial crisis to actually take place. I mean, it took years. So, just because of what's happening now, you can buy yourself time. We got to wait. I mean, I know it sounds bad, but people have to deplete their savings accounts. People have to deplete different things. Right now, we've only been shut down for like a month. People can get by. You can be late on most of your bills by 30, 60, 90 days without really having any penalties. And especially now with like credit card companies, cell phone companies are saying, hey, if it's okay if you don't pay, we'll just chill right now. It's okay, And people are taking advantage of that for sure. Why wouldn't they? So they're saving cash. So right now I feel like they're not really in a position of pain yet, So that's why I think the market's overly optimistic. But once things start kind of piling up, it's going to be impossible to ignore. But it's gonna take some time. It's definitely gonna take some time. But yeah, market's holding right now. SPY's chilling at 290, hit 291.45 right now, chilling at 290. Any thoughts on Twitter earnings, Dan? I mean, they're probably going to be doing something similar to Snapchat, even though it's a different platform. I think that advertising is going to take a hit, but a lot of people are on there still. So I would just be careful with any of the social media companies right now. It looks like it wants to break out, It could definitely get smacked down by earnings, but this definitely looks like it wants to break out. See, Netflix, I am not buying this dip on Netflix. If it was gonna hold the 415 area, I was gonna buy it. But if it doesn't come back up there, it doesn't look like it's gonna hold. I'm not gonna buy the Netflix dip. I mean, it's down $8. It's getting axed. Crazy. Construction continued during shutdown, so they are not behind schedule. A lot of their houses are purchased before building. Yeah, Oliver. I mean, I guess the thing is, how long? And I guess yes for today, but 6 months from now, what are they going to be doing? 3 months from now. I mean, pretty much all the home buying and car purchases are on hold until further notice. So that's why it's not pressing it in for today, but for the long term, that's kind of my outlook. Could be wrong. I mean, hopefully the economy we reopen, the economy bounce back, coronavirus goes away, but I have a hard time believing that. Let's see here, Disney's still moving up, and Disney did hit, it's at 110 right now. It's probably squeezing a bunch of shorts out. We'll see what happens with Disney. I mean, I wouldn't mind shorting Disney once this kind of tops out a little bit. USO's down a couple pennies here, so we'll see. I'm definitely gonna exit USO before the end of the day. So I'm thinking this is gonna fade out with people bailing, but we'll see. Anything can happen today. Anything can happen. SPY just won't stop. 291. yeah, so I'm just gonna be chilling. Gonna be seeing what the market wants to do. I'm going to be looking for trades today. Zoom, DocuSign, maybe Netflix, but probably gonna trade Alphabet, maybe AMD, maybe Starbucks. So that's my game plan today. Not over trade, because tomorrow I don't want to go in too thick tomorrow with all the Fed and all that tomorrow either. So you think space is still on track to go to space this summer? I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, I guess they don't. The rules for them don't really, like social distancing, and the rules don't really apply to them. And I'm sure they can work in an area where they're not like on top of each other. So I'm sure if they haven't said anything, I'm guessing yes. Will it go back up to 42? I don't know. I think that was penny stockers just pumping the crap out of it, you know. So we'll see what happens. I'll be in the Discord today. If you haven't joined our Discord, link is below in the description. I'm gonna pop off here. Got to refill my coffee. Get ready for the trading day. So you guys stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.